Do, re, mi, fa, sol.
Hello, my boy.
What's up, dude?
Stevie D in the hizzle dizzle.
In the hizzle dizzle, before everyone wakes up, got a nice little peaceful moment to talk about some profession that I've been looking into recently.
Yeah, economy's bad, the crisis.
Yeah, there's not a lot of work to be had, so I was thinking about doing a freelancing type of gig where I go on my own and I kill people for fun.
For fun, so not for money.
Well, I mean, no such thing as bad publicity, right?
Okay, so start free, then start charging.
Right.
The business model. I mean, that is how you really grow if you want to talk about the market and the different attacks and ways that you can, really come up. But okay, I mean, I support it as long as it, feeds your family.
Oh, I can't go that dark, but no, yeah, of course. No, I don't particularly think that that's a good way of making money, because it's such a short career. It's such a short career.
When I said as long as it feeds the family, then after I thought of maybe what you thought, and I'm pretty sure the smart audience will know what we thought.
Yeah,
and that's actually a pretty cool little pun there. We'll get to it.
Yeah, you can see us see what we thought about it on Twitter. But
okay, sorry, I interrupted you.
No,
I apologize.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, like, if the crazy people who do decide to make this, their livelihood, I don't know if it's a money type of livelihood, but something that they do to, for themselves. Okay. Why they don't realize that it's such a short profession, such a short career.
Why? Because they get caught?
Yeah. Or kill themselves or whatever. Or their victim kills them.
It is short if you want it to be short. Have you ever saw the movie or read the book about the Zodiac Killer in California?
I saw the movie with
the movie.
I don't know. Was it
Ruffalo? Ruffalo and Downey Jr.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo and Downey Jr.
Downey Jr. Yeah.
It's a really good movie. I want to see it again. But apparently the guy, they never really caught him, and he killed for like decades.
Do you think it was the same guy, or you think it was just a guy who came back and copycatted him?
I don't know. I think it's the same guy, but if you know how to do it, you could go the distance. I mean, I don't want to inspire anybody.
No, of course not.
But I'm just saying, bro. A lot of them wanna be caught, and I was researching some killers across the history of the world, and I found many of these that you really think, man, these people wanted to be known.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these people wanna be infamous. Like there was this guy, bro. His name was Joseph Roy Metheny. He was an American murderer from the Baltimore, Maryland area, who said that he was a serial killer and had killed up to 13 people. However, sufficient evidence was only found to victim him for 2 murders. His victims were heavily involved with alcohol, and involved in brutal sexual assaults. Okay.
The guy looks like a real nice guy, though.
Yeah. But check it out. The thing with this guy is that one of the things that he did with the people that he killed is that he would mix the meat of the people with like animal meat and make burgers that he sold on his little burger shack that he had.
Oh no!
So he had like a little place where he sold burgers, and he put the victim's meat in it. So it was like the special blend.
Right. The
so
Angus.
I mean, if anything, you're getting more than what you paid for. You know what I mean?
Oh boy, that premium 80/20.
That game meat, baby.
Dude, that's gotta be weird. I mean, like as a person who is ingesting this burger, like doesn't it taste weird? I don't know. I guess not.
Well, bro,
We are tender.
going on this. There was this serial killer in Venezuela, right? This is in South America, Venezuela, where I'm from. This guy, they called him El Come Gente,
Oh no.
the people eater, right?
Yikes.
And this guy, bro, ate people, and he would, at one point, I swear to God, bro, at one point, he killed his best friend, grabbed meat from him, shredded meat, with a little seasoning. I mean, he's not a monster.
Some adobo.
Yeah, though, this is not a, it's not a monster. This is somebody that knows how. And he made empanadas. He made empanadas with the meat of his best friend. And then he invited friends over to eat empanadas. And they ate those empanadas. And he said that those empanadas tasted really good because he felt that his friend was such a good person that his meat was tender because of that. So that's the level. I mean, I'm just saying on a culinary standpoint, that's really committing.
Yeah, I mean, that's sustainability right there.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. If you could give him a little taste of it, and he clicks, it clicks.
Yeah. I mean, he might be onto something,
But isn't that crazy? He did say that he didn't eat women or children, and when he was asked, he explained that he felt that they were too pure to consume. So, I mean, like I said, this guy was not a monster.
Right.
Since oh, by the way, this was a homeless guy. And since he had no place to store the human flesh, most of it would decompose quickly, which made him kill routinely because
he didn't have a fridge.
Like we could say that if the government would have provided him with the living conditions, which included a refrigerator, he might not have to kill so many people because he would have been able to store meat. So, I mean, I guess that's another podcast, but that also shows the deficiencies of the society that led to this guy making empanadas for his homies.
See, but here's my thing, right? Like, he's homeless. Where's he making these empanadas? Where are you inviting? Where are you? Where are you inviting people over to eat said empanadas? I mean, I guess you could have a picnic,
right?
But damn.
Yeah, right. I'm describing this guy like he had like a, like a place, right? Like a compound. This guy, I don't know.
Did he kill
bro.
the empanada stand man? And then now he had that little push cart to
Hey, that story. I think a movie could be even made about that, but who knows? Maybe he just brought the meat to a person's house, and it's like, hey, yo, you guys want to do an empanada? Yep. I'll bring the meat.
For sure.
And they were like, oh, the homeless guy who's bringing the meat? The homeless guy from the corner. All right, that's legit.
Yeah. We'll be all right.
It's okay. It's okay. Can he take care of the baby tomorrow?
No, yeah, but he'll be all right. That's too pure for him.
Too pure for him. But bro, his best friend tasted delicious because he was such a good friend. So
who do you think?
Imagine.
Who do you think would taste better, you or me? Who's more the scumbag?
I think we would taste similar.
Similar, right?
Because we have
mayonnaise,
sort of the same. A little bit of mayonnaise, pork from a caja china, Cuban style.
For sure.
And cachapa con queso, something around there. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. The whole eating thing, man, is insane.
Yeah.
But let me hit you with another one.
Yeah, let's see. This is just
Let me
what murder is bad. Worse or whatever.
Worse.
Let's play a little game.
Okay, so let me show you one that's actually like a feel-good story.
Oh, okay. We can use
Kind
one.
of.
Yeah, we can use one of these.
Okay. Pedro Rodriguez Filo is a murderer, a serial murderer in Brazil, and he was responsible for killing 71 people or persons,
Oh.
however you say that. Pedrinho, they used to call him in the underground. He would follow and kill other killers, thieves, rapers, drug traffickants, and he would discharge his murdering instinct on those that he thought were being bad. So he was kind of like the Brazilian Spider-Man, but instead of using webs, he was using machetes and cutting people's eyes off. But
You know, I kind of like that story. That kind of makes me feel like it's a Dexter. You know, like a Dexter type.
is that what Dexter's about?
Yeah, Dexter's a forensic blood analysis person, but you know that's his day job. His night job is actually having the information that these killers leave behind on the sites, and when he finds out that the police cannot pursue because there's not enough information, he goes about himself and finds the killer and kills him.
All right.
Yeah.
This is like the Dexter in Rio de Janeiro.
There it is. And I don't know. I mean,
this is kind of like a good feel story.
I kind of like it. I don't know if I would
What
go
do you
thieves.
think about that? What do you think about killing in the name of good?
Well, I mean, okay, so it's kind of like the way I see it are like hackers, right? If you're a hacker, you can either hack for good or hack for bad. You know, you can try to help people. I mean, I don't think obviously it's the best way of handling it, but you know what? At the end of the day, like, Buddy is taking bad people off the streets who are going to continue to commit crimes and make people.
I cannot disagree with that. What is the judgment that he's making though of who is bad?
Right. That's where things get a little gray, right? Because it's
right.
in
theory it sounds good, like having a Batman figure in the fucking city, you know, like Spider-Man. Oh, he's gonna take care of the bad guys. But what if this guy is a fucking just psycho?
Exactly. Like, I mean, you said that he's going to people with machetes and like gouging out eyes.
No, that I made up.
Oh, okay. I don't know how he
just taking the stereotype.
But I'm sure he's not like killing these people like peacefully, like saying a prayer over them and just letting them go.
I mean, if you look at the picture of the guy,
yeah,
he definitely looks like he'll be coming at you with a machete and chanting some shit in some dialogue that you don't understand.
I don't know if that's vomit on his pants or what it is, but his face seems like a nice, genuine guy. He's just like, hey, man, I'm here for the party. You got beer?
Or, hey, man, I'm here to take out the bad guys. Where they be at?
Hey, did somebody call?
Hey, somebody getting raped? What's good? No, I ain't joining. I'm fucking helping you. It's Pedrinho, el ayuda niño.
Padrino.
I got you, homie. So that's the Brazilian version for you, you know.
For sure.
I mean, that shit is tough, but so yeah, I mean, I guess ideally, if the guy wasn't gonna go crazy, you would kind of support a vigilante that would only kill the bad people, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer that over somebody who's killing, senselessly. I'd rather somebody be out there killing people who are killing people.
All right.
Now, not when it comes to like thieves and stuff like that. I don't know. Like you should let that be. You should give the police that win. You know what I mean? A thief is material items versus human life. We can draw a line there.
Now, would you prefer to be someone like Batman, where he like doesn't kill the people, he just like restrains them type shit, or like Spider-Man does that as well? Is there any superhero that actually kills them, like Deadpool, right?
Yeah, Deadpool don't give a fuck. He's cool. He's cool in my book.
What do you like more? Do you like one that's like, man, I got no motherfucking hinges, dog. I'm just Or do you like someone that's like Batman is like, I cannot kill you, and then the fucking Joker's like,
And he still
and
kills you.
Batman's like, I cannot kill you.
I prefer, yeah, no, dude, I'm just kill him. Like, have somebody who, like a Deadpool type of character.
All
That's
right,
that's more of like where I would,
that's your thing.
yeah, not my thing, but I would prefer that over, oh my God, yeah, because especially in like places, Brazil and things like that, even here, some people get off, they don't get the proper judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I feel like the system will fail you, and then you've just given this person, the knowledge of who just took them down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could potentially still lose my life if this guy gets off, and then what? Then I don't have a life to like come back and say, oh well, you see what he's doing? No, he did it to me. Now again, he tried. He succeeded. I testified against him. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
Okay.
it
Now,
just cut that nip it in the butt.
all right, and now if this guy kills bad people, should he be allowed to use those bodies and make empanadas with them?
No. Unless, of course, they're not paying him to kill people, then the system needs to provide for his.
Like, what if at the same time this motherfucker's opening a necro empanada shit to feed the fucking kids in the morning?
Should there be
Would that be
should there be a disclaimer like, hey, this is the guy? Come to the lemonade stand, to the empanada stand.
Come to the empanada stand if you guys want to eat the motherfucker who robbed your mama.
Right? Like, or like, hey, like, oh yeah, this is Padrino. Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, you're a local celebrity for killing people. Oh, for sure. Oh, now you got a taco stand. Oh, okay.
And it's made out of the people you killed. All right.
I don't know. I mean, that one I would leave up to wherever wherever your mind goes,
Okay.
Because then you really
Let us know what
then
you
it's not
think.
good for business.
I mean, does he have that right? And at the end of the day, is human meat the same as any meat? Let us know.
Yeah, all you
We're always trying to get in a business, so
we can get behind the human on empanada business.
if the human empanada business is something that can gain support and the lobbies can get behind it, then hey, who knows? But
Don't knock it till you try
all
it.
right. But that's Pedrino, the amigo. You got any killers?
Dude, there's let me see. There's this one guy's name that I liked. So this is one of my favorite stories is it's about, I'm trying to remember if it's called The Game, or the Greatest Game or something like that. It's an old novel.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I like the story. I don't know the freaking name.
Greatest game ever played or something?
The Greatest Game. Let me see. I don't know. Whatever it was. There was actually a movie about it. John Leguizamo. He actually they call it some other thing, but basically, there's a very rich person who has his own island. Okay. This is not Jeffrey Epstein. This is just a different person. And he basically invites people to the island. How he does it's different ways. He's just a big to-do, and people come to the island, right? But what he ends up doing is that he says, okay, here's a gun, or here's some food, here's a backpack, here's some supplies. I want you to run out into the island, and I'm going to come and find you. But what he's actually doing is he's hunting these people. The Greatest Game, I think, is called, or some shit like that.
Like The Greatest Game, something about like hunting people.
Yeah, book about hunting
or
humans.
The Realest Game.
The Most Dangerous Game. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the thing. The Most Dangerous Game. Basically, and so there's a really funny movie that was remade, and John Leguizamo's in there. I don't know if you know who that is, but He's like the once you see his face, you'll know him. Anyways, what in this serial killer topic, there's one that is kind of like that. I wonder if they got the idea from this person. His name's Robert Hansen, right? And
Okay.
basically, he would go out and he would, kidnap these women and basically take them, kidnap them, and molest them, do whatever kind of crazy weird shit he would. But then he would take them to Alaska, or like the
Mm-hmm.
like a river in Alaska or some crazy shit like that, and set them free.
Okay.
And then after he set them free, he would come after them, like they'd be running for their lives, and he'd come after them with a knife or a rifle and hunt these people, these women down, bro. That's some savage
Damn.
shit, bro. I mean,
What
yeah,
the
because
fuck?
you're escaping for your life, and then it's like, oh, now it's a sporting event. I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, is that a good use of
Damn.
recreational time? I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's definitely creative, but damn. I mean, it is the realest game you ever known.
Right? I feel bad for the people who have to go through this, but like the fact that this guy
Yeah.
was just sick and twisted enough to do it. I mean, I guess that's why we have these movies come out as crazy as they sound.
Yeah.
But every movie that comes out, it might hold a little truth in it, right?
You think that, with all these movies and documentaries coming out, it proves that the human mind is driven to those dark shit. Like we're always like, don't you think like we're fascinated by all this like serial killer stuff and the shit they did, and we're not bad people, but in some way we sort of go to it, we lean towards it, no?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like people like how we kind of went there when the guy was talking about what was it that we started talking about how you
Empanada.
if the profession of murdering can feed the family. Like me and
Right.
you automatically went to thinking like, oh shit, like yeah, I mean you could definitely chop it up and and serve it up, you know.
Right.
And that's a dark thing. Well, I mean, we're wholesome people, but we just have a little bit of a funny sadistic way of being. But there are people who are
Right.
very truly sadistic. So I mean, and
Okay.
and that could be an addictive thing too, just like drugs. When you are addictive, I'm sure killing somebody probably definitely gets your blood pumping and adrenaline going. That could be a
So
feeling.
you think in a way when we look at these documentaries, we vicariously live through these people and sort of like in a way without having to be murderers, we get to see what that life would be, and that fascinates us in an artistic way. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like a train wreck that you can't stop watching, and it's like so interesting. It's like
Right, but you're not in a train wreck, so you're good. Like, okay, I'm not the killer, I'm not a bad person,
right.
but I still get to watch it as if I was
Yeah,
the guy. Like one that fascinated me so much was the O.J. Simpson one. Did you ever saw that one?
I didn't see. I saw the series like that with
Right.
that was a good series. I don't know how
With
true
with
to it was, but
Good Junior.
yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr.
You saw it,
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. It was really good.
bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That shit was sick. Cause I always knew. I mean, I always had a little bit of information of something that happened, but that we were too young when that happened.
Hmm.
But bro, when I saw the documentary, and I think it pretty much gave the facts. It was very unbiased, I think. But no matter how unbiased you make it look, it's gonna look like he did it because he fucking did it. So
Yeah,
allegedly, um,
yeah, dude. And the
but dude, it's so sick. Like I was so fascinated to know what happened and why. But it's because it's interesting. I think it's not that we're sick; it's that we're interested in the human part that allows a human being to do that thing that's so bad that we would never do.
but but also he was like, I guess you can kind of tie it into the who's that other one that was on Netflix that had his it was about football and he was a killer
Oh,
too.
Aaron
Aaron
Hernandez.
Hernandez, right? So like you got these football players
Dude,
that are
that was crazy too.
that one's wild. That one's I don't know if
Crazy.
he's considered a serial killer, but he's definitely like a killer,
Yeah.
and dude, people, and I guess what I think is when you go through so much brain trauma, the way that these football players do, you lose like you got a couple screws that come loose, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then where do you really go? And then on top of that, you have the power effect where like you're a celebrity, you're a
Yeah.
celebrity, and like everybody you get whatever you want whenever you want, and nobody says no to you. Well, then
Like after this whole happened and I saw the documentary, I remember that back in those days, you remember when we went up, we used to go up and visit friends in college,
Yeah.
like in Orlando and in Gainesville.
dude, that was so
One
fun.
time I went with you to Orlando, and another time did you ever go with me to Gainesville?
No, that's where we went. It was actually you and me. I don't know if you went a second time, but I know me and you went to Gainesville, and that was like their homecoming weekend.
And we went to a game.
To a game. Yeah, we went to a game. We were at a
Didn't we
party.
go to a game? We got fucked up and shit.
Yeah.
Or did we go to Gator? No, we went to a game, right?
I remember going to an FSU game. But that was in FSU.
No,
So that
I'm
was
talking
in-
about in Gainesville.
No,
UF.
in Gainesville, in UF, we went to what do they call it? The Gator homecoming.
Oh, the Gator Growl.
Gator Growl, yeah.
The Gator. Oh, but we didn't go to the game.
I don't think I went to a game with you, no, like an actual game.
All right. Another time I went.
Yeah.
One of those years,
Yeah.
I went to a game,
Nice.
and in that game, I later found out that Aaron Hernandez played because he played for the Gators.
Oh, it was
with,
it was during those years.
With Tim Tebow. So when we went, he was there as well. And in those clubs that around there, apparently he would get into fights and shit, and he thought he was like bigger than everything.
Yeah.
And apparently, in that school town, because that school's so huge and the town is so small,
Yeah.
those kids got away with a lot of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they had to. I don't know to what degree, but you have these college players coming out of their schools, that means that school is now a school where more people want to come to because of those players, and if those players are bad apples, they got to keep that on the hush hush, you feel?
Yeah, bro.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy with it. It's crazy with these killers out there, bro.
Yeah. I don't think the system is designed that well for people to really do good. Like the people who need justice or need to be served justice, like there's a lot of gray areas there, There's no way that
Yeah.
you can say black or white. You do this, you're bad. You do this, you're off the hook type of thing, So this one I got here is crazy. This guy's nuts. And that shows me that back then people like were so there was just too much progression going on that nobody could keep track of this guy. Let me just interrupt. Let me do this one, and then I'll let you do whatever one you want.
Fuck.
This guy named H.H. Holmes, dude. He was building hotels, but he built a hotel that every single room had like trap doors, little like hidden passageways, and he would just straight up like have people come to the hotel. And he would kill them. Like, they would just disappear. They would never leave the hotel. Like, on some, like, American Horror Story type shit,
Is
bro.
it some like Hotel California?
Yeah,
type
bro.
Shit?
Yeah.
He had a hotel. The guests came and never left.
Never left, bro.
That I'm pretty sure that's Hotel California.
Yeah, I know. Maybe he was the
And so what
inspiration behind it.
happened?
Yeah, maybe he was. I don't know if it was in California.
After the first one went missing, they didn't shut down his hotel.
No, because, dude, like, I'm looking at pictures of this hotel, and it looks so old. Like, on some Greatest Showman type of Barnum and Bailey era. But he's...
Like some scary shit.
Yeah. And my thing is, like, dude, how do you even... like, nobody in that time frame, I guess, had the resources to look
but this
into.
is like in the 1800s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people didn't even have
Resources
like,
to do it,
Yeah, he could just do whatever the fuck he wanted.
which
man.
is crazy.
I'm so glad we live in these days.
Yeah.
You just go to a hotel. Man, here, you go to a hotel, bro. The worst thing that can happen is they keep you deposit. Back then, this motherfucker would murder you.
Yeah, for real.
I don't think that's good customer service.
No. They didn't have a royalty. I wonder. I mean, how do you have a rewards program or like a loyalty program when you're killing your customers?
Yeah. I think there's no room for that. No room for Mr. Holmes in that area. Okay. There's this guy, bro. There's this guy, Richard Chase.
Okay.
He was an American serial killer who killed 6 people in the span of a month in Sacramento, California, and he was nicknamed the Vampire of Sacramento because he drank his victims' blood and cannibalized their remains.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He also used to capture like animals, small animals, and devour them like without cooking, and sometimes he would grab meat and Coca-Cola, like human meat or animal meat and Coca-Cola, and blend it to make like a smoothie. And he also tried to inject himself with blood of a bunny, of a
Oh, well, that's not smart.
Yeah, this guy was in a lot of. He was very multifacetical. This guy was in a lot of different realms.
Yeah, I mean, he considered himself a bit of a scientist, but you really can't mix blood like that, right? I'm thinking.
I'm pretty sure you cannot do that, bro.
I mean,
You asked me like in a doubtful way. Like,
well,
you can't do that, right? like I could have answered, well, I mean, depends, bro. I mean, you gotta check what type of blood the bunny has, but depending on it, you might be able to take it. Yeah. No, bro.
That's sketch.
No. Damn, this guy was into some deep shit, bro. Like, he was just all over the place, drinking blood, eating animals, making Coca-Cola and human meat smoothies, and trying to inject bunny blood into his. I mean, what? I don't even know what his goal was. He lived to be 30.
Dude.
I mean, I'm pretty sure any of those things could have like infection.
This guy.
If he did.
This guy here. Since we're in the kind of like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of category, there was a guy named
Not really, but okay.
Well, like, I guess injection and like weird medical.
I'm just not gonna lie to our audience.
What do you mean?
If we're not talking about that, I'm not gonna say the transition is correct.
Oh, fuck it, whatever. I consider this to be in the same realm because this dude called Dr. Death.
Dr. Death.
Dr. Death. His name Harold Shipman. He killed 218 patients that they were able to pin on him. Some think that it was over 250. But basically, he was a British physician that he was believed to kill like 71 people in his first practice. And then people were like, his colleagues were like, "Yo, you're arrogant. You're like you're chocante. Like you're not an easy person to work with." So he makes his own practice, and then a local, like, I guess what they call like an undertaker or like the medical examiner or whatever, or the person who works in the funeral places, they're like, "Yo, this doctor has an unusual amount of cremations, that this doctor has signed off on." And it's like, with like they all had similar ways. They were all older women found sitting up, fully closed,
with a dick in his mouth.
It's like, it's insane. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, and he got caught. It says here, when the daughter of the final victim, which was a lawyer, claimed he not only killed his mother, but he had also tried to create a new fake will naming him as her sole beneficiary. So then he started getting a little too greedy, you know what I'm saying? He started trying to take the money, and the money will get you.
I mean, if you're already getting rid of these women,
Mm-hmm.
why do you want to link yourself to them?
Oh, it's
Just enjoy the killing and that's it, bro. You can have the money
yeah,
and the
bro.
killing.
Can't exactly. Don't eat your cake and
Like when
and
you,
have it too. You know.
isn't it crazy how in all these stories that you always hear, it's always them going a little too far. Like the scary part of it is that in a lot of these stories, if they would have kept it a bit more conservative, they could have continued their operations without. I mean, I don't want to give them advice, but that's what it seems like.
Yeah, for real.
You know?
For real. It's usually when you get tied to their money. I mean, there's always a motivation, right? Like there's always a winner, and that's how it's easier to find you. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I think that that shit is crazy, man. The way that these people can move around without. I don't know, bro. With you know what I think is fascinating for people is that we don't understand how a serial killer minds work. Like it's fascinating to know how something is that we don't know about. You know,
Mhm.
like when you look at a reality TV show for the Kardashians or some other some other show, right? You see it because that's not your life, and you're peeking into a world that you don't live, so it's interesting. And with serial killers, it's like it's a mindset that we don't even understand. So you kind of want to know about it, not because you want to be a serial killer, but just because you're amazed that this motherfucker could do something like this and think that way. So I think that's a silver lining of it. It's not that we're sick. It's just that. You get what I mean? What about you?
I'm trying to back you up. I mean, and I do understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to paraphrase it. So
Or don't back me up.
no, I just
Bash me down. I could take it. I'm a
I
man.
guess what I don't
Just don't kill
understand.
me.
I don't understand is so people peeking into a life that they don't understand is intriguing.
Well, I don't know. Do you think
Yeah,
so?
I mean,
You watch these things,
certain
right?
things, yeah. Like I am not into a life like the Kardashians, so I don't watch it. But am interested.
No, I know.
In,
I gave Kardashians as an example,
Mhm.
but I mean the murdering thing. I'm fucking obsessed with it. I keep watching these fucking documentaries, and I can't get enough of them.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean that's why they have IDTV. We are sick, and honestly, like crime is an interesting thing. You know, there's always something new to be learned, or some other way that we didn't know you can get caught doing that way, or why this person went so long without getting caught. You know, and that's interesting. That is like, and another side reason why I watch them is like I can pick up on the signs. If she's leaving, little, if I walk up into the kitchen and she's just like stabbing a chicken breast or whatever, then I'm like, okay, well, I think I saw this on IDTV, I might need to take a trip.
Yeah. Okay. So you see the signs so that you can also see it in your own
Yeah,
life,
exactly.
right?
Like you prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, bro, a lot of times you might think you're looking at the signs, but you don't really know what the signs are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think
Or you don't know
I
what
don't
I mean?
think that Belle Gunness's 15 husbands saw the signs.
Okay.
That's another one, bro. She'd be getting married every 8 months, and then
Now, what if the killing is in the name of love? There's this guy,
okay.
Canadian serial killer, Robert Pickton. He's a Canadian farmer who I believe also had cattle and pork, and he murdered at least 49 women
Mm-hmm.
to give them to his pigs. And he was he has life in prison. But would you say that in the name of love for his pigs and the well-being of their nutrition, that this might be justified?
No. He would kill people to feed his pigs.
specifically women.
No. 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 I mean, justified, no. But I mean, in a sick, lawless land, if he had to feed his people, and but that's just it. Like, was there really no other option for him? Like he couldn't do a Joe Dirt and just get Walmart to give him the old meat and just.
Well, you know what's crazy about this is that this tells you how different laws are in the U.S. and in Canada, and in Europe as well. Like the U.S. is very harsh on laws, which in a way I support, but in Canada they're not as harsh. So this guy killed 49 women, gave them to the pigs, and he got life in prison with no possibility of parole for 25 years, which leads me to believe after 25 years he can ask for parole, which means that he can get out, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy shouldn't be left to touch anything that without a cell.
Yeah.
For the rest of his
Why
life.
would anybody rule that? Oh, life in prison without the possibility of parole for 25 years.
Yeah, right. And the funny thing about this is that the way that they got him is that they had an undercover agent go into the jail as a cellmate, and then like between a talk in the cell, between fellow cellmates, this guy Robert told the guy that he had killed 49 women and that he wanted to kill another one to make it an even 50, and that he got caught because he was sloppy. So, I mean, this guy had ambition, if anything.
There is something to be said about the drive, right? The drive that these people have.
Yeah, I mean, the competitiveness of the human condition, it's just always there.
It's scary, bro. That's something.
Yeah, it's scary, man. But I think that I remember we had a podcast once about the red flags on kids when they're growing up.
Yeah.
And one of the main ones that I mentioned then was like, if you see your kid hurting and killing animals, like, yo, that's a scary ass sign. Like that means that motherfucker does not understand emotions and compassion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You kind of have to figure out what's going on there, ASAP.
So I'm guessing there's that, because I think there's something that most of us have, which is if you were in a position of danger, you or your family, you might be able to snap into that, survival mode and kill somebody, right?
Yeah.
Boom. But there's people that are able to do that without being in that survival mode and do it comfortably. And in those cases, there's something missing in their structure that allows them to not have that. I would assume that's compassion, right? Because the way that I feel towards others is like, I mean, I want to protect my people, but I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to fuck with anybody. I don't want to cause harm on anybody. I don't want to cause inconvenience on anybody. I find that to be bad. So, again, I go back to the same thing. Why do we watch these things? In my case, I think it's interesting to know how somebody thinks that I cannot understand at all. Like, how this person can do that, like what goes through their mind. And I guess it's more of in a curious way, like how the mindset of the humans work, and some of them can be so good and some of them can be so fucked up.
It is.
Nah, I mean,
I do know what you mean. I don't know what's missing there, because honestly, some of these people, like, they come from normal ass parents, they come from normal backgrounds. And all of a sudden it's like, yo, like, where do you go wrong? You know, um, middle class, working family, you know, the whole nine. But you really don't know where you go wrong, you know. And then you think, well, these people can take two routes. Like, you know, I wonder if it could be, if you can take that curiosity that they have to, let's say, kill an animal and turn it around and make them into like a doctor down the road, or if you could, or, you know what I'm saying, or hone that interest into something else. You know, that would be kind of interesting to
Yeah.
see if you can take a bad thing and make it into a productive thing, you know.
Well, kind of like the story of that movie Catch Me If You Can.
Okay. Run me by what it was about, because I don't think.
It was about this con man who was played by Leonardo DiCaprio,
Mhm.
and this con man was able to like make money by faking checks
Okay.
and frauding. Like back in the 60s when the check system started functioning, or the 50s, he would fraud checks and cash them and get cash money and became rich that way. And then he was like a pilot, but he never flew. He was like a lawyer, but he never. He was like a con man. But when he was eventually caught in France by Tom Hanks' character, he ends up like helping the police or the FBI
Mhm.
so that he could get a better sentence, and then eventually just ended up staying with them and working with them to recognize
Different.
fraudsters. So he was so good at frauding checks and shit that he like became a security professional in the industry. So that's a story where somebody turned something bad into a good.
There you go. And then
And he never killed anybody in the making. He just fucked a lot of hot girls and lived a life.
well, I mean, I'll take you know, as long as it's consensual, I'll take that any day.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm. Mhm. But yeah, man, there's a lot to be said about this. I wonder what our listeners out there are thinking, if they know any cool stories themselves. You know, I think if you got any, drop them in the comments, and we'll cover them specifically. This is kind of a general topic to get the pot brewing on
The pot brewing.
on some crazy.
One thing I wanted to talk about to my listeners. Now I wanted to propose something, Steve,
Yo.
because a lot of times, obviously, we're talking about all this shit that we come up with and ideas and questions that we have about life, and we want to talk about them to actually find out what we actually think. This is the process of thinking. You debate it. Sometimes I say things here that might not be exactly what I want to say, but I'm just thinking out loud, and Steven as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to get like a little section where we can look at people's questions about life or about things,
Yeah.
and we can give our outlook in it. So if you have a question where you're like, you have a situation going on with your life, or you have a doubt about a certain thing, but you don't want to ask any of your friends because you might feel stupid,
Mm-hmm.
ask us. We're going to leave a contact on our channel for emails, and you can send us an email. Try to write something well written, right? Well explain your question or your comment, and we'll be glad to have that reference on the next podcast. And I would love to have a section where we also have this engagement with the people that listen, because at the end of the day, the Broskiedoodles, man, is all of us. Like, we're all Broskiedoodles, and what we say and think might be kind of like what you say and think, but it could be a bit different, and we want to know what you think, and send it to us, and we'll give you our comments, and you can also write to us or comments on the shit that we say,
Yeah.
so that we can also be checked. People gotta check us too and be like, hey, yo, what the fuck?
Exactly. And it's super easy to contact us any which way you want. Kiko, you mentioned the email, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, man. We're just trying to figure this out as we go along, and make sure that we can at least keep a conversation flowing for everybody. So let us know what you think. If you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, do the opposite. But definitely want to subscribe, and so you can keep on listening to minded type of topics like we're doing here today. So, Kigo.
We want to be the voice of the people.
Yes. Not of
For
ourselves.
2024, Steven is running for president of the United States, and we want your support. Dun, 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 dun.
Are you gonna write
No.
my inauguration
Your speech,
speech?
bro. It has to be you, bro. I couldn't do it with my accent. and you have to be born in the U.S. You were born in the U.S. We still have to polish your Cuban Miami accent, but that's not because that's his second language. If you're born in South Florida, you are gonna be born with an accented English as your first language. So you come right out of the gate with a disadvantage in life, and it's one of the perks of living in the south of Florida. And I can write the speeches. I don't want to say them. I don't think it would fit in Middle America. the beanerism, the
enchiladaness,
the cheesy empanadishness of it just wouldn't fit. It just wouldn't click. But you're American enough, but ethnic enough to sort of enter this diverse wave of little fuckers.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see if my constituents want me running or not.
Do you think that a political life is something that you could honestly go for in like your life?
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure.
Oh man.
Not
you
again.
Like
not
Drake.
again.
You're like oh man.
Not again. Not again.
like this motherfucker gets asked every day in the streets, like, hey yo, when you gonna start your political career? Oh man. Not again. Trying to drain me on my energies. Enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
No, it's I don't know, man. I don't see it as a real opportunity, but I might run for the HOA. I might want to my community one day. Who knows? But that's as deep as I go. I don't really want to get into politics, man.
Will you go like to teacher father conferences?
A teacher, yeah. I mean, like, I think you mean the PTA, the parent teacher.
Yeah, parent teacher.
Yeah, maybe
association.
Maybe the PTA. I mean more like my community. Like, I don't know. Hey, this
neighborhood watch.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, that.
Hey, dude,
that's what I'll do.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Vince Vaughn.
Pain and Gain.
Oh, Pain and Gain.
With Mark Wahlberg, The Rock.
No, I don't think I have.
Where they're like this body lifters. Nah? This would have been a great reference. But there's a part where pretty much, bro, they do cocaine. The Rock, he's like a weightlifter that does cocaine. He's addicted. And they moved to a really nice neighborhood because they started making money doing some dodgy shit. And they're like the neighborhood watch. But it's three like bodybuilders, bro. They're like this, right? And then their neighborhood watch. And like at the beginning, people are like, oh, this is cool. It's like three huge guys, and they want to like start like the neighborhood watch in this nice like Riviera Isle complex, type shit. It's like, oh man, this is so nice. And then The Rock just keeps going to the back, like they had like this poster, and he keeps going to the back, and he just like comes back, and then at one point he's like, all right, you want to explain yourself? So yeah, we're gonna do this right. It just like looks so. Not the look you want to have for the neighborhood watch, for the middle-aged American people coming in their Camrys and their long soccer vans.
Right. No, I enjoyed. I think Rock has done a lot of cool things in his life, so I want to check that movie out and definitely.
If you haven't seen it, bro, and if you haven't seen it, I think it's called Pain and Gain. Mark Wahlberg. There's this other guy, a black actor that does the Arrow guy in Marvel, and then The Rock, and then Mark Wahlberg, fucking killing it. It's a really good movie. Watch it. No, we don't get paid for that. We just like advertising for. we feel that if we don't make money out of this, at least someone else can, and we can always be poor and get fucked in the face. So, I want you guys to know that the Broskiedoodles are gonna be here, not just today, tomorrow and the day after. We're gonna keep coming out with the clippies. You like the clippies? Let us know, okay? All 4 of you out there, I see you. You like this shit? It's good. We love you, but not too much yet, because you haven't subscribed. You watch it, but you don't subscribe, right? Because you don't think it's good enough, and I get you. But keep watching, and eventually, for the low cost of $7.99, we'll be able to provide to you the entertainment that you need. Okay, so Stevie.
Oh god, that was good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
You good?
I'm good. I came.
While on camera?
Yeah, right now.